Hey guys, Finally Sleeps here. Today we're going to dig into the new Hazard program and talk about ranking up players as well as transferring those ranks. It's the quickest way right now to a huge jump in OVR. First though, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share here at YouTube. Turn on notifications and then head over to Twitch and make sure you're following there as well. Maybe even consider subscribing for some big in-stream benefits. Last, check out finallysleeps.com for all things FIFA Mobile. Alright, back to rank ups. If you're a legacy player, you should be familiar with rank ups, how to do it, what's required, and what it does to your OVR. Now, take all of that, everything you know from seasons past, and just throw it out the damn window because everything has changed this year with FIFA Mobile 20. The first big change is a player does not have to be 100 OVR in order to be upgraded. As long as that player is 80 or higher, you can do it. That throws this whole thing on its ear. Second big change from seasons past is the requirement of a duplicate player. All you need now is any player from the same tier of the field. Mid for mid, defense for defense, attack for attack, and keeper for keeper. The OVR requirement is much lower now as well. This first rank only requires a 78 rated or higher gold. The second rank, to go from 1 to 2, requires an 80 or higher elite. The third rank is an 81 or higher. In addition to the player, you have an associated cost and a required amount of shards. So for this one to go to rank 3, it takes 25 common shards and 50,000 coins. Now, as you get higher and higher in the ranks, the requirements jump dramatically. Here's the whole chart for 1 through 10, which is as high as it goes right now. Fourth rank takes an 82 rated player, 30 common shards, and 100,000 coins. Rare shards come into play starting with the 5th rank all the way to rank 10, where 900,000 coins, a master player, 30 common, and 30 rare are required for that final rank. So we'll rank up Matip. Right now, he's at 1. We're going to take him to 2 just so you can see the process. So it takes 10 common shards. Right now I have 25 and an 80 or higher OVR defender. So we'll just throw Fernandez, cheap right wing back in, pay the 20,000. And now he's gone from 1 to 2. Now for every 5 ranks, you receive an increase in your OVR by 1. You can check your progress by clicking the I for more info. And you see that at the bottom, it shows next OVR at 25 ranks. Right now I have 22. So 3 more ranks and I'll increase from 129 to 130. The only advantage to the increase in OVR by ranking up is your chance differential when playing versus attack or in your league versus league battles. It does not improve the quality of your team or any of the stats of any of your players. It only gives you better chances against lower OVR squads. Now before we move on, we need to talk about transferring ranks because it's also much different this season than it has been in the past. In order to transfer rank from one player to another, the one giving up their rank must be the higher of the 2. Now that higher ranking card must also not be in any active lineups. So we're going to swap out Origi just so I can show you what we're talking about. So now I have Origi in another lineup too, so we need to make sure he's not there either. All right, so now if I want to transfer Origi's rank into Wesley, we go to rank transfer. I choose the lower ranked, which is Wesley, and now I can move Origi into it. And it shows over here that will take him from 2 to 2. Now I don't lose Origi in the process. He'll just revert back to his pre-rank state of just a 100 base OVR. Now there is a cost, 30,000 to transfer. I don't have the chart yet for all of the transfer rates, but that's how it works. Now the few things to remember when transferring ranks is number 1, you can only transfer to like tiered players. So defense to defense, mid to mid, attack to attack, and keeper to keeper. Number 2, you choose the lower ranked player you want to transfer ranks to. Number 3, higher ranked cards can't be in any of your lineups, which is why we pulled Origi out of all of those lineups before we could do the transfer. If your player is not showing up, the higher ranked card that you want to transfer into, if he's not showing up, he's probably in one of your lineups. Number 4, the ranks do not compound when transferring. That is important. For example, if you have a rank 3 card that you want to transfer into a rank 2 card, the 2 rank card would not become a 5. No, it would only move up to 3. The rank of the card you are transferring the rank from becomes the new rank of the one that you're receiving the rank into. It's not a combination of the two. There are no shortcuts there to higher ranks by transferring or combining ranks. It doesn't work that way. All right, the big question is, where the hell do you get the common and rare shards? Moving forward in FIFA Mobile, they should start showing up in events. Right now, there are a ton available in Easter if you complete the SBCs. So now, there are 2 of these. They require 4 players right now, 2 of which have to be Easter players. They're expensive. Don't try to do more than 2. That's a glitch. You can't do more than 2. You can only do 2. And beyond that, you get an error and you just give away your cards. As these things continue to move on, as these events get more and more, there will be something in each event that will help you in hazard or ranking up. You just got to pay attention. So for this, you do it twice. That was good for 60 rare and 100 common. That makes a huge difference. Now, the main way right now to grab shards for ranking up is in the hazard program. That's the other part of this whole thing, this video we're going to talk about. We're going to shift streams and talk about this program and see what's required every day and in the SBCs. So each day in the daily warm-up, at reset, there are 5 nodes you can play. You've got 3 skill games and 2 matches. You need to complete these each and every day. Once you're done, they'll unlock the daily bonus, which is good for 5 common shards and 5 hazard points every single day. And they will tally towards your weekly bonus. At the end of the 7th day of daily rewards, you'll also earn an additional 15 hazard tokens, as well as 10 rare and 25 common. Now, in the second tab, this is where you have the big pyramid of achievements that end with 104 hazard, which is great if you're going to take your team to a funeral based solely on his card art. Now, the pyramid does require 2 different types of unlocking requirements. So, first of all, each tier has to be unlocked as you move forward with a hazard key. And these combine to move forward. So after you receive your first key, the second row will be accessible. Once you receive 2 more keys, and you now have 3, you unlock the next row. 5 keys for the next, then 7, then 10, all the way to get up to Eden Hazard. These keys will be achievable as milestones in events. The first key is available right now on Easter. If you complete one entire path for an egg, that's why it's so important to pick a color and stick with it in Easter, because you do want those hazard keys. There's actually 2 available there, which will get you into the second row. So 2 will unlock row 2. You'll be 1 short of row 3. Okay, so back to the pyramid. Each of these nodes required hazard points to complete. So 20 gets me another node. The first row takes 20 in each of these. All of these are 20. Your second row is all 30. Next row is all 50. Then 80. Then 100. And then 200 for the Big Daddy Eden Hazard. Add all the nodes up and you're looking at a grand total of 1,110 hazard points. If you only do the 5 daily matches It will take you about 5.5 months to claim Hazard free to play, earning 50 per week just doing the daily nodes. Now, there are other ways to claim Hazard points, specifically on the bi-weekly lineup challenges. Every 2 weeks, there are 2 paths to take that require a specific league or nationality. The top path for the first go-around requires an Italy squad with all players 81 or higher. Then after you've completed all the matches, you turn those in for more shards and Hazard points in the SBC. The bottom path is much harder, and by harder I mean it's going to be much more expensive. This one is a league-specific team with all players 88 or higher. Now the league is Eredivisie, I don't know. All players must be from Edelweiss, Edible, Dirigible, whatever this league is called. I don't know. Expect to fork over some big coins to build that team, though. Most likely, the later in the 2 weeks you go, the cheaper the players will be if you're attempting it. Finish both upper and lower, and you're looking at another 80 common shards total, rank up, towards rank up, and another 100 Hazard points. Couple that with the daily rewards, and that cuts the time required to claim 104 Hazard in half to just over 11 weeks. So as long as you're doing both upper and lower and doing all your daily matches, you'll have him by the end of June. Now before we leave this tab, let's talk about these matches that are required on the way to the SBC. Each one has, you'll see these secondary things, like right here, you need to complete 30 passes. This one requires an assist and a goal using defenders. Here you have 2 tackles, 4 tackles, 12 dribbles, a goal using mid, 2 goals using attackers, and you got to complete 75 passes. So own goals count. It's much easier to go into extra time to gather all the dribbles, passes, and tackles they each require. And if you take it all the way to penalties, it's much easier to confirm you have the goals you need from midfield and defenders as long as they are rated high enough to be in the rotation for penalties. As for the SBCs, remember that you do not have to use players on position for the 11 you'll be trading in. And don't forget, you'll be getting one on the way, these 83 and the 89, that you can use towards that SBC. Buying a high enough rated goalie that you don't have to train him, and then using him for all of the matches to build up, and then pulling him before you get to the SBC may be the cheapest way to go about it, especially for the bottom every 2 weeks, because then you can just sell the keeper back. So if you go into it knowing that you may overpay for one player, but as long as you can sell him back into the market and recover most of the expense, you're going to be better off. You don't have to give all 11 that you use on your way through in the SBC at the end. That's it. Hazard program and raking up broken down. Quick jumps in OVR, lots of daily grinding, some SBCs, and a ton of coins spent on building teams for Hazard lineup challenges and SBCs. 130 OVR is quickly going to become the new staple medium. And all these players we've been buying for months and months and months are getting used up real quick with all the SBCs being added in game. It's not going to take long for us to run out of all of our reserves. That's it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. Check out finallysleeps.com and follow along for tips and tricks each week. Subscribe over at Twitch, where we can stream a few times each week, or that's supposed to be the plan. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and as long as you keep watching, I'll keep making videos. I don't really have anything else to say here, so. Stuff over there.